three-dimensionality in scenes. So as you're writing your scene, some might say enter late and leave early. You'll find that in my Write Compelling fiction book, nonfiction book, writing fiction in nonfiction. It makes sense. The scene setup. If you spend too much time in the scene setup, you might lose your reader before you even get into anything that's happening, anything that's moving the plot forward. As a character, say a character steps into the woods, what do they see? What do they feel? How does it strike them? How does it impact what else is going on? Say I taste elderberries, but they haven't eaten anything. Maybe out of place. Explore the five senses, but you don't have to explore them with every element of every scene. Just do it for what matters. Bring the reader in and let them immerse themselves in the scene without using too many words. And it may vary by genre, because epic fantasy, you might want to take 9 pages to describe a scene. And that's okay. It's epic fantasy. And that's the readers want that in-depth look. A lot of other fiction, it's give them enough to create the scene in their mind, and then the characters move that plot forward within that scene, that stage that you've set. So the three-dimensionality, you need the up, down, left, and right. You need that smell. You need the wind, what they hear. What other elements impact the person? Is it cold? Is it hot? How do they feel? The three-dimensionality, get your characters in there, but work it in with the plot. Took a step, cracked a leaf that was frozen. You don't need to say it was so cold that it froze a leaf. Cracked a leaf that was frozen. Things like that. Work it in without giving an info dump. I like to say, think Hitchcock, because if you watch some of Hitchcock's movies, I think he had 39 of them. He uses shadow. He uses dark and white. They're in black and white, and you can feel those scenes. You can feel the color. You can feel the sound. You can feel what's going on, and it's black and white. And there's a lot of darkness in there, but what he highlights, think of it that way. You're a director, and you can shine a spotlight on certain elements within the scene. And what you learn from Hitchcock is that a lot of stuff is superfluous. It doesn't matter to what's going on. And that is a perfect three-dimensionality. You see what you need to see. You can smell, you can feel, you can hear, you can taste what you need to for that scene to move forward. A lot of characters, I won't even describe them because that doesn't matter. Let the reader fill in, what does this character look like? The main characters, yes, I'll give them a description just enough, but the readers can fill that in. Let them use their imaginations to move the story forward in their mind, in how it works that way. It's been really cold up here, so the heater's been running the pellet stove, and it's really dry, so I get dry fast. How do the characters feel? This is a different element of the three-dimensionality, and some may get overused. He felt, he saw, he thought, he knew, clearly. These don't add anything to your story, so you might want to avoid those. But how does he feel? The depression of the area weighed on his shoulders. Okay, straightforward. Now, he felt like it was weighing on his shoulder. Extra words you don't need, whereas you can build that depth. You can build that strength of your storyline with the depression weighing on him as if it was tangible. Think about the books you've read. How do you get into them? What makes you disappear into those pages? This is what I'm talking about with three-dimensionality of scenes. You disappear. It absorbs you, right? Readers will never remember the words exactly, but they will remember how you make them feel. This is the whole goal of writing a great story, is they feel a certain way that you intended, whether it's horror, to be shocked, whether it's a happy ending story, even if the hard things happened during the story, still they felt happy at the end, that it was resolved, that people moved forward. This is what you're trying to accomplish. This is the best story, and this is very nebulous. It's 5 minutes talking about Three-dimensionality. Make sure the scene embraces the reader. Maybe you look at it as a director. You walk into the scene now comes in and completely surrounds you, like you've got your Oculus on and you can look everywhere. And oh my God, I'm here. I'm in this scene. Exactly like that, with the pacing of looking left and right, and it's there, and then moving forward. You don't spend a half hour looking left and seeing every element within a panel on the wall in a picture, especially if it doesn't have any relevance to the story, to the plot. All right. Relevance, embroil the reader within the story and make them feel however you want to make them feel. That's the winner. All right, everybody.